Hello guys, welcome to Soccernet Weekly. My name is Joba Ogunwale, the chief editor of Soccernet.ng, and I'm here once again with Lolade Adewoye, the managing editor of Soccernet.ng. Hi Lolade, how are you doing?
Hey, Joba. Good to be back as usual. It's great to always to talk football on Soccernet Weekly, and we've got not many things to talk about today, but we've got something special really to discuss the victory of Liverpool. And I know that you are a Liverpool fan yourself, so congratulations for the first time in your life you get to celebrate the Premier League title win. How does it feel? Huh?
Well, like yesterday night when it happened, I was just playing loud music, disturbing my neighbor celebrating. We could not go out to celebrate because of the coronavirus and curfew of the things. So I had to watch at home, and I was elated because I faced ridicule from colleagues, from schoolmates, you understand, by
Yeah.
growing up that okay, what have you guys won? So the only thing you can brag about then, even when I was still in secondary school, is just about our 5 Champions League titles. Okay, we are the most successful British club in Europe. So those are the things that we can brag about then. But winning the Premier League for the first time in my own lifetime and winning it for the first time in 30 years, I think that's that's an incredible achievement. Congratulations to Jurgen Klopp and to the team. They actually deserved it. They won. They finished just a point of Manchester City last season. They finished with 98 points, as in that's the highest tally for the second place finish. Yes, they could not win it. No, for another team, it could have been like okay, major setback, but they used that as an inspiration to come back again, and they've won the title with 7 games to go. 7 games to go. I think that's the earliest a team has won the Premier League title since its inception. And they could also still break a couple of records, most wins, highest points off. They could break Manchester City's 100 points off. So it's actually an incredible achievement. We came close in 2014. Remember the Gerrard slip also. So I think this is more like someone said it's more like a poetic justice because Chelsea defeated us in 2014, and then we drew at Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park in 2014 to lose the control of the league. So this time around, we defeated Crystal Palace at Anfield, and Chelsea defeated Man City. So I think everything
Yeah.
just plays out for good.
Things really worked for Liverpool. The stars aligned, despite the fears that the coronavirus was going to bring a premature end to the season. I am one of the people who secretly hoped that the season would go on, instead of being truncated. And I'm happy that it's gone on like this, and Liverpool are finally won on the pitch. It's amazing, 30 years we were, looking about what things that happened 30 years ago in Nigeria. I was, it was my 10th birthday, 1990. I entered secondary school in 1991, it's a long history, but to stay searching for 30 years, it gives me hope that one day Arsenal will return to the top of the Premier League, just, despite all the odds. And I'm just so happy that Liverpool achieved this. It's a remarkable story. It is when you look back on the 2014 title run, the sad end, the slip by Steven Gerrard against Chelsea, really, really tough moments. But you also look at the impressive Champions League the 6 titles. The 2005 title was a massive victory for Liverpool, coming from 3 goals down, and then winning it last year against Tottenham. It's just a club with a lot of history, now getting their 19th league title, the first in the Premier League era. I praise the Reds. I praise the Reds. I praise the fans who've kept hope alive all these years, and for you, seeing your first title with the club, After, so I don't know. Maybe you should tell us how you came to start supporting Liverpool. Why Liverpool, really?
Yeah.
They've not had a
Yeah,
Nigerian
yeah.
influence.
The first time I actually saw Liverpool was in 2001.
Okay.
Then while I was in Ibadan, I was at my grandma's place. So I think Galaxy shows the FA Cup then. So I watched the FA Cup final
Against
between,
Arsenal, yeah?
yeah, where Michael Owen scored
Yeah.
twice in the
Mm.
last, I think in the last 10 minutes or so.
Mm.
So I think that was the first time I actually developed a feeling for Liverpool. Then after then, I didn't really because okay, I don't think DSTV was that popular then. Then VN Center was not really a thing then. So, but by 2004, 2005, when they now won the Champions League against AC Milan, I think that was when I became a full-time supporter. But talking about when I started supporting, I think that would be 2001, that 2001 FA Cup final moment. Now, so you mean to be supporting a team for since 2001? In fact, even talking about trophies, we've not even had success like that in terms of winning trophies. I think between 2001 and right now, I can count the number of trophies that we won. So this is really, really special. And prior to 1990, we were the most successful club in England. Now, to now wait for over 30 years, seeing the likes of Manchester United winning 13 league titles, Blackburn, Leicester, Chelsea, Arsenal, you understand?
And Manchester City.
Manchester City. So it looks like okay, we are being left behind. So it's really, really, really a good thing that okay, this team did it and they did it in extraordinary fashion. I mean, they lost just one game all season, just two draws. Even coronavirus, they had to defeat coronavirus to win this title on the day.
True,
So it's
true,
really,
true.
really a remarkable feat from the team. And I will have to say credit should go to Jurgen Klopp also. When he came on board in 2015, he said he was going to turn us from doubters to believers. Now, in his first season, which was not really his first full season like that, we got to the Europa League final, we lost to Sevilla. Then the second full season, we finished inside the top four. His third season, we got to the Champions League final. And I'm sure when by the fourth season, rival fans were saying, okay, Klopp said after 4 seasons, if he does not, if he hasn't won anything yet, that okay, Liverpool will be coaching in Switzerland. So rival fans were bringing that up, and God will shame rival fans. We won the Champions League against Tottenham, and to now come back again from it was last season's loss title loss was disappointing because we finished with 98 points and yet we could still not win the league because of Manchester City's brilliance. Now that's to tell you the scale of what Liverpool did this season. I mean, we had to stay consistent for over 38 games because Manchester City, I think they are arguably one of the, if not the best team that we've seen in Premier League history, one of the greatest thing that we've seen in Premier League history. And with the squad that Manchester City has, we had to stay consistently for over 38 games. And look at the point margin, 23 points, and it's still counting because there are still 7 games to go. So you have to look at it that okay, it is actually an incredible achievement for Jurgen Klopp and his team, everyone involved. And to use that disappointment of last season as an inspiration is something. So I think they can go on to dominate for the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years right now. So I think it's really, really, really an incredible achievement for Klopp and his team.
I do agree. I do agree that Liverpool played an unbelievable season. You needed to play that to be able to be assured of winning something, because last season was really unbelievable. Getting 98 points and not winning the league. So you were against a team that was perfect, in Man City, almost perfect, and getting 100 points to top the table.
And we lost just a league and just a game last season
Yes,
also
and it was just that one game that I think undid
against City.
everything. So this season Liverpool needed to do something extra, not to lose, and to stay consistent through it all. And it's come through. Even though you lost one game and have drawn a
Just two
few,
games.
two
Just two games,
two
yes.
games, yeah. So, but just to stay that consistent through it all is amazing for two consecutive seasons. And I think with Jurgen Klopp, his passion, his personality, he's a great planner. We get to see the the, the the myth of Pep Guardiola in the dressing room at halftime, but with Klopp, it's much more different. People have called him the cheerleader in chief, but he's much more than that. He's got a great team working with him. He's got a great plan on and off the pitch, and he's got great passion on the pitch. The way he works with his players and gets them going, and makes them feel like family. And I think yesterday I caught two of his adverts back to back on Sky Germany. It just shows that he's a massive pool. He's a really big brand.
Yeah.
Two adverts featuring Jurgen Klopp as brand ambassador when ran back to back yesterday on TV, and I was like, oh wow, this guy is beyond just a coach. He's a brand, and
Yeah.
it
More like
shows,
Mourinho also.
yeah, it shows that he's doing great. His personality is up there, he talks a good game. He's gracious, and he looks friendly. He looks like somebody you can approach and speak to on the road, along the road, and just stop him for a conversation. He has that personality. So everything, like I said, it's falling in place for Liverpool this season through hard work and dedication, through grit. It's just huge, and I mean, the possibility of seeing them repeat this next season. I hope they don't burn out. I hope they don't peak and say, "Oh, we've gotten it." Let's see. But I mean, with Pep also staying to build City for another season, and then Liverpool defending champions. I mean, looking forward to that contest. But also, I mean, we have to talk about what the Africans in that squad brought to the team.
Yeah.
Let's discuss the impact, the role of
Uh,
the five Africans, as I say.
yeah, I think they had the biggest impact aside from Virgil van Dijk. Look at Salah. Salah 16 goals was important. Very important. Sorry. Also Sadio Mane. Also, I think there was a time Salah was really off form then, and it was we had to look to Sadio Mane for goals. And I think the chemistry between not just Sadio Mane and Mohamed Salah, the chemistry between Roberto Firmino, Sadio Mane, and Mohamed Salah, the chemistry between those three guys, I think it is one of the best that I've seen since I started watching football. There was you could see that there's no jealousy between them. There's no
There
really
seemed to be been a rivalry between Sani and
I think
Salah
that
and
was
Mane at the time last season.
yeah, that no, I think that was even the beginning of this season
Oh, it was beginning of the
against
season.
Burnley. I think we won 3-0. Then there was a situation where Salah could have passed to Sadio Mane,
For Mane,
so
yeah.
but he decided to take a shot. So I think Mane was brought up immediately after then, and he complained. So, but it was settled. I think you get that in teams sometimes.
Mm.
You get that in teams sometimes. But the chemistry between them, both on and off the pitch, is great, and I think that played a major role in our success this season. Likewise, Joel Matip and Naby Keita. Though those two are not as important as Sadio Mane and Mohamed Salah, but I think it was really, really great also. They've contributed their own quota also. They've stayed injured for most of the parts though, especially Naby Keita, but they've contributed their own quota also. And Joe Matip was at the time Van Dijk's partner in defense, so I think it's really, really, really great. And their work has been really, really, really important for the Jurgen Klopp.
And the fifth African that you don't want to mention is Divock Origi, who, even though he plays for the Belgian national team, his parents are from Kenya, and I'm sure in Kenya people are popping bottles to celebrate his achievement as one of their as one of them who finally won a league title in Europe. I think he maybe is the second Kenyan to win the Champions League after this guy at Inter. What's his name?
I've forgotten his name. I've forgotten
Yeah,
his name
and
also.
then also now winning the league title after that guy who won at Inter. So McDonald, that was McDonald Mariga or something. I think they are,
Yeah,
aren't they? Yeah,
Mariga,
McDonald
Mariga,
Mariga. Yeah,
Mariga.
so I think it's a good thing for Kenyan football. They've got somebody to anchor on, and Kenyans are a big support. Kenyans support the Premier League. They are mad about football, and I think it's a good rallying point for Kenyans. In seeing Divock Origi become champion, even though he doesn't play for the Kenyan national team but Belgium. So I still consider him as the fifth African in that championship winning side.
Yeah. So it's really, really it's a good achievement for them, and I'm sure they won't rest on their laurels. I think, as I said earlier, there are still a lot of records they can still break this season. 7 games to go. They're currently on 86 points, so that means if they win the rest of 27 and their 7 games are 21 points, which means they will break City's 100 points record. So they could still, I think they have the most wins right now. Yeah, home wins, their home wins is 100%, 16 at home. So I think it's really, really, really
I think it will be tough to do that. They host Manchester City next.
no, they play at Etihad Stadium. Yes, Manchester
They,
City.
I mean, okay, Manchester City host them. I think it will be difficult. I think I expect Man City to try and bust their bubble and make them pay in a way for winning the title. So I mean it'll be a really, really tough game. Although nothing is at stake but pride. I think Manchester City will show up and to restore some pride, some that even though we've lost the title, but we remain a really strong team by defeating the new
But,
champions. Yeah.
but then I think City may not really care. Like I'm sure they're ego, them pride and everything. But remember, City are still in the Champions League
Mm.
also. So I think they will prefer to focus on that. Even before the Chelsea game, Guardiola said he hinted that okay, they were going to take the FA Cup clash against Newcastle seriously than the game against Chelsea. So I think it will actually be it will really be in a difficult game like that. I think it will be an open game. So I don't think City game will be a really, really difficult one for Liverpool. But let's even assume that okay, City won. There are still another 18 points that they could pick up
Mm.
from those games.
I will see. We'll see. Is let's not overthink it. This week marks the second year anniversary of Ahmed Musa's brace at the World Cup against Iceland. It was the second time he was scoring twice in a World Cup game. The first time was against Argentina in Porto Alegre in 2014 at the FIFA World Cup 2014 Brazil, and then he scored a second brace against Iceland in Volgograd at the 2018 World Cup FIFA World Cup Russia. Interestingly, I was in both games, as a reporter, and I saw these things happen in front of me. And at the end of both games, I interviewed him. I recall speaking with him. So, um, let me, from your perspective, where does Ahmed Musa stand in the like this week we did a story about his being on the
Top five
top
African
five African highest scorers at the
highest
World Cup.
scorers at World Cup.
He's
Yeah,
number 3, right? So,
number three.
um,
Yeah.
for you, what does that moment stand in football history, for Nigerian football history?
I would say I would say his goals against Iceland was actually it's something that stays with me more than his his race against Argentina, because we lost against Argentina that in 2014. Yeah, I think so. We lost it. Then I was not really impressed with the Super Eagles in general at the 2014 World Cup, even though we qualified for the second round of 16. So I would say his goals against Iceland, because it meant a lot. It gave us hope ahead of the final group game, which we eventually lost. But the manner of the goals, I think, look at the speed. The first goal, the control, and the perfect finish. I think it was a cross from Douglas
Yeah.
from the right, and the control and the perfect finish. Then the second one was a long ball from the back from Kenneth Omeru, and the speed with which it beat the Iceland defender. I can remember Kelechi Iheanacho showing in Iceland like this to pass, but Musa was not having was having none of it, and it was really a brilliant finish from him. I would say he's the greatest Nigerian at the FIFA World Cup. I started watching World Cup. My earliest memory was in Nigeria versus Spain, and I think I've seen some great goals. Sunday Olise's goal, Julius Agawa's goal. I think Musa's race against Iceland was a big goal.
It's interesting for me being at the World Cup or at both tournaments and being in the media tribune and watching it. I think the impact of both goals, even though the goals against Argentina were in a defeat, but for me it was the first time we had scored more than once in a competitive game against Argentina. Games against Argentina have always been very cagey. They either beat us 1-0 or win 2-1. It's really low scoring games. But in Brazil, it was really the first time we had scored twice, and it shocked them too that these guys were in for a game against us. We went into you know Lionel Messi scored first, and Ahmed Musa equalized, and then um, Messi scored a second goal, and Ahmed Musa put it in the second half. It was. I'm sure it shocked the Argentines that wow, these guys are here not to play. But unfortunately, Marcos Rojo, that same guy who scored
So,
against us, the winner 4 years later, stepped onto a corner kick and scored the winner. But I remember after that game, I specifically asked Musa about a few days or a day before there had been a Boko Haram attack in Jos, his hometown, and I spoke to him about it, and I remember that encounter we had because he wasn't even aware, so I brought it to his attention, and he talked about it, and then 4 years later, scoring against Iceland. We had lost our opening game against Croatia 3-0 in
2-0.
2-0 against Croatia in Kaliningrad, and then went to Volgograd for the game against Iceland. I remember the atmosphere in the stadium, the Iceland fans, and the Viking clap. It was, really impressive. The silence, and then the beat of the drums, boom, 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 and then there's the claps, and the atmosphere was really charged up. The Iceland team, they had done well at the Euro, in 2016, and so we're not underdogs at all. But then Ahmed Musa burst onto the scene, and we did and scored twice. And for me, it was also personal because 2 days before my father died. So and I wish he had lived long enough to see those goals from Ahmed Musa and the victory. So it is great memory for for me, and I believe Ahmed Musa's goals at that World Cup lifted all our spirits, and I think he's indeed a great player for Nigeria at the World Cup. And so this. But let's now talk about his future, Ahmed Musa's future in the Super Eagles. Do you think we'll see Ahmed Musa play a third World Cup and maybe add to
I'm
his
not.
brace?
I'm actually not really sure. Although he's 27, he is not really playing in a top flight team like that. He's playing in the Saudi Arabian league. And if you look at some of the games we played after the 2018 World Cup, you can see that most of the times he has found himself on the bench because of the quality we have in the attack. You understand? So I think it depends on him. Will he be satisfied sitting on the bench for every international game, qualifiers, international friendlies? So, and I think as a captain of the team, I don't think he will want that. So I'm not really sure. And it's not like okay, we are short of quality in the attacking department. These players keep coming in. The likes of Cyril Dessers is also coming in. So I think it will be difficult for Musa to play at another World Cup, unless probably he comes back, makes a move back to Europe, and is playing in one of Europe's major leagues regularly. You understand? Because I believe the likes of Moses Simon, Samuel Kalu, and Samuel Chukwueze, they are all ahead of him in the pecking order. So I think NFL don't trust him enough again to start games. So except if he's satisfied with a place on the bench, I don't see him playing in another World Cup.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's for me, seeing him play at the 2018 World Cup was kind of like a fulfillment of a prophecy. In 2010 or 2011, when I was at Goal.com, we did forecasting of the future the 2018 World Cup, or of the stars of the 2018 World Cup, and I put down his name then as the one player I think would be mature at the 2018 World Cup. And this was like 7-8 years before the tournament, and seeing him step up to the plate at the 2018 World Cup just for me it struck a nerve. It struck a nerve that my prediction was right, because I doubt that many of the other predictions by the other writers came to pass. Many players had come and gone between 2011 when we wrote that piece. It was a goal-wide project, and 2018 when the World Cup finally came through. So, but I think I praise Musa's consistency, and for the 2022 World Cup, which is 2 years from now, I think it's possible that he still is at the top of his game.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not saying
Even though, yeah, like you said, that there are, new talents coming through, really exciting young stars. He could maybe change his game from I mean, but it still depends on the coach. I hope to. I don't know if the coach will keep faith in him and keep him in the squad. But as captain, he should be um, expected to be a part of the team, maybe on the bench, but I'm bringing some experience. He's played at 2 World Cups and he's still pretty young, still very hungry for more. And he's one of those players that you never see complain or lead a revolt. He's quiet like that, you know. I think he just accepts that he's part of this squad. I remember when the problem with when Sunday Olise became coach and he made him captain because of this his character, his quietness, his dedication, his quiet dedication to the team. And when he left, when Olise left, suddenly CSI became coach, and then the trouble with Mikel saying he was the oldest player in the squad and should be captain, and letting go. I mean, Musa quietly let go of the armband. There was no airs about him. He just kept, showing up to camp as assistant to Mikel. You see this quiet dedication, this hard work that he puts in, and he definitely could still be at the 22 World Cup if he continues to be that way, shows up in time, continues to score in Saudi Arabia, or who knows, he may move somewhere else to be able to be part of the squad. So, but I mean, he's one to always keep an eye on. I'd say he's shown when he was at Kano Pillars and going on to break the goal scoring record of the league, of the domestic league, over almost 20 years. When he was just 18, he's shown that he can fight against all odds. And I think if he's hungry enough to be at the World Cup in 2022, Ahmed Musa definitely will get it.
Yeah, I agree with you because I was at the qualifying game against Benin last year, and in the press conference, he was part of the players called up, and I think he he realized that okay, he's no longer a starter in the team, and he said it's something he's willing to accept, and but his influence is still needed in the team, at least probably to guide the young players coming in, and I think he understands his role on the Super Eagles side. So I think that helps his relationship with Kenneth Raw, and I think that will play a part also. But what I'm just concerned about is that it's just like John who also who moved to Saudi Arabia also. I believe that with the continuous talents that we keep bringing in, with the talent that we keep bringing in, I mean, we are still looking for foreign born players to come and play, likes of people in Germany and German Bundesliga. I think Felix Lokai also. So I think it keeps getting the competitions keeps getting more difficult, and the more talents we bring in, players like Musa, again, their chances reduce. So you understand. So I think in there's still a possibility that he can play at the 2022 World Cup. While I still feel he needs to make a move away from the Saudi Arabian league, professional league, and maybe make a comeback to Europe. But it depends on what he wants to. It depends on if he wants to play at another World Cup, probably add to his 4 goal tally, or maybe it's just like, okay, I'm done with the World Cup. Let me focus on my club career and my family. So it depends on what he wants. But I feel okay, the number of talents that we keep bringing in into the Super Eagles squad, I feel Musa to stand a chance to play at the 2022 World Cup, then he needs to change. He needs to make a career move back to Europe. That's what I feel.
Yeah, well, that's something he needs to think about and something he will talk about with his coach. But you're right, we've got many talents, and it there's a risk to Ahmed Musa's future in the Super Eagles, but his calm head is needed. His experience is needed. But there's no doubt Ahmed Musa has been one of the best players at the World Cup for Nigeria, and his feat will live long in history. I hope he gets to add to his brace and make it 5, 6, 7 goals at the World Cup. So
Yeah,
yeah,
one of the greatest, one of the
yeah,
greatest.
yeah.
Yeah,
So thanks. I mean, it's been another good talking opportunity for Soccernet Weekly this week.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think I enjoyed this show probably because I got the chance to talk about Liverpool victory, Liverpool's game. So it's really good to be back again to talk about Liverpool, a club that I love, that I adore.
yeah. Congratulations once again, and yeah, we'll see you again next week.
Yeah, thank you.
Talk
So, hi
more.
guys, we'll see you again next week. Also, you can drop your comments in the comment section. Also, we'll see
And
you
then
again
don't
next week.
forget, please subscribe to the channel. Always subscribe. Click the
Yeah,
subscribe
yeah.
button so that you get all the latest videos
Those,
and content, and follow the soccernet.ng website for the top news about Nigerian footballers from
oh, and
across the
also
world.
on Twitter and also on Facebook and on Instagram also. So, thank you guys. We'll be back again next week. Thanks for having.
All right. Take care. Bye bye.